Raid Shadow Legends. You should have heard of that name, Raid Shadow Legends. It's everywhere, and it was once upon a time the most advertised game, even with collaborations with Ronda Rousey and recently Ninja for the game in the Heroes. But I'm here to tell you there could be a potential brand new Raid Shadow Legends killer, and I'm actually really interested in this game because it's a brand new mobile company that has been made, and we're going to be talking about the company itself first, why it's interesting because of the members involved, and then we're going to showcase a little bit of the gameplay side, what the game is about, and obviously disclose what we know. So if you enjoyed this video, smash a like, hit the subscribe button. My name's MrSneakyy. I'm here to help you guys out. So the game is made by a company called Fateless. This is a really interesting company to go into because this is a number of different YouTube content creators, gamers alike within the mobile game industry, as well as obviously specialists in coding, video editing, all that jazz that makes a game company that you need, right? And they've come together to make Fateless, and they've announced their game GODFORGE, and GODFORGE is going to be a hero collector game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, guys. So it's going to be a gacha style game where you're collecting heroes, all based on gods within different eras of the world, which is pretty cool. The thing is with the Fateless team is we're going to dive into some of their members. So if you want to join in on this section, click on the little description down below. There is a link to the website, fateless.gg, and we're going to now go into the interactive part. So if you hit the link, you should be on the website just like this. If you haven't, you can just obviously follow the video along. That's kind of the point of it. And what you're going to be able to do is see the beta sign up for GODFORGE. This is obviously one thing you want to do straight away. No, obviously, questions involved. And the beta sign up, you put your name, email, and Discord information all in. Hit the two little ticks, sign up, and you're good as golden. And the thing is, with this website, we're going to actually look a little bit more into the company because this website is a really good website, and I want to give a big props to the guy who made it. You're going to be able to go into the Meet the Team section, and you can actually find out quite a lot about the big kind of community marketing team of the company, right? Because this is only one side of the company. You've got your development side of the company and all the other parts, right, which obviously make it all together. But when we bring together Team Fateless, this is, to be honest, the core founders, and this is interesting to see some of these names, right? We've got Simon here, Sham, and Dan. These are three founders that you can see of the company. And you should recognize Simon because Simon is the one and only Hell Hades. He's a massive Raid Shadow Legends content creator, as well as he did even advertisements for Dragonehir Silent Gods and covered that game too. So he's very well diverse when it comes to these style of games. This is his bread and butter when it comes to the games, right? So this is why I'm actually quite interested in, because you're going to see when we scroll down a little bit further, other members that have played these style of games. And I think when you've got people with the same kind of experience and they know what they want to deliver as a game, you're going to actually find really clever solutions to a problem that other companies haven't been able to solve. So when we look at some of the other members, I want to click on Dan here because one really cool thing about the website, as you know, you can click on any of the members and they will bring up a little blurb. And Dan has a really good quote here, which again kind of emphasizes why I have some belief in this company and this game project all the time. And the quote says, "Gaming is not just a passion. It's a canvas where creativity meets innovation. And at Fearless, we're redefining the concept of building a game within a community focus by making our projects community first." And I love that because what this means is all of the progression, all of the info to do with this is community focused. They're going to take all the info, all the feedback from the community and try and either fix the game, implement it in the game, or find a way they can, meet in the middle, which I think is a really good thing that everyone in this day and age really wants when it comes to a company. They want to see them being able to interact with their players and the content creators and anyone involved with the game and do some really good decision making on that basis. So I really love that quote again on Dan's page here, so you can just click on that. But we're going to scroll down here, we're going to shout out some names, and you're going to notice quite a lot of them here, right? We've got Tim, which is aka Ash on Raid Shadow Legends. Again, we've got Dirk over here. We scroll down even further. We've got Brad. We've got even further, and we've got Susie and Mike. You definitely should know Mike, hopefully, as another gacha YouTuber. His YouTube channel is Mtashed. Big shout out to you, dude, because I honestly watch you, and I've been in these chats every so often. I had a little bit of a talk with him, and it's really interesting to honestly hear his side. You can go to his channel and you'll be able to learn a lot more, because he's been involved with the game development for over a year now, which is insane. I love to hear that, and this is what's really cool about it, right? We can see all these people that a lot of you might recognize because it might be content you've watched in the past, and they're coming together because they realize, look, the game market, especially the mobile game marketplace, doesn't really have that game where it's a free-to-play friendly game, where the actual company is listening to the community and trying its best to implement whatever it can to make a very successful game the players want to play. Not what the devs think they want to play, but what the players do want to play. So it's really, really interesting. And what we're going to do is go back to this YouTube page. So what you can do is go to the main link in the description below again. That's going to allow you to click on the video, and we're going to showcase some extra bits on why you need to click on that. But this is a little bit of animations on the gameplay, which I love. And we've got Hell Hades, who's going to obviously talk you through it when you watch the video. But what we're going to do is actually break down the animation. And this is, again, guys, just to tell you, this isn't final gameplay footage. This is not even beta gameplay we're watching. This is like pre-alpha test phase, I believe, gameplay, which is really, really good, because that showcases, look, this is the first almost edition of the quality, what they're aiming to provide as a game. And obviously not everything is refined, not everything is perfect, but when you start to break down some of the basic things that you really care about in a game, I feel like they've checked every box, right? So first thing we're going to go into is actually this screen here. So this is showcasing a little bit of the UI. Obviously this isn't no final representation of the UI, but it kind of, I believe, makes sense, where the top bar, which is a vertical bar, kind of showcasing the different units potentially alive and what you are targeting, and then obviously you can keep targeting which one you need. Really easy to understand. And then the 4 heroes, you can see all 4 heroes on screen. The one highlighted or more in front of you, you can see at the moment it's the far right one, should be the guy currently selected, right? So here's the hero on screen fighting that you're going to be using your action abilities. If we pull this a little bit back, you'll see again in the bottom right corner, the 3 different icons. I'm guessing one is like a basic ability, your second main ability, and then your countdown, you can see where it might have a 2 on it, is your ultimate that has a rotation, that has a time limit that needs to be met, right? So all of this already really easy to understand, and I'm nowhere near a Raid Shadow Legends prodigy at all. I've not really ever touched the game. I do some parts about the game, and I am involved in that area. I don't really play it, right? Now what we're going to do is break down the actual animation, because the thing is with the animation, what we've got to look at here is honestly how well they've got the alpha footage running. So I'm going to break down and talk about what I really like after you see the animation gameplay. Easy, love it, right? Nice and smooth, crisp, easy flowing combat, right? But the things we need to now take note of, and these are things that I believe showcases an actual good quality game compared to some in the past, right? So when we look at the weapon, so if you look at the actual weapon of the unit we're looking at here, this god, it's got this really cool lightning almost animation particle effect, right? And this is always on a loop, infinitely going around. And the thing is, what a lot of games do, when you start doing animations and start moving forward, it's a massive burden and it could render the quality worse when players are moving, right? But you'll notice there's no quality reduction in any of the movement involved with the weapon. You can see the animation or the particles of the sword. It isn't ever misplaced, so it's got really good tracking. So this is why I feel already on the base play of the alpha footage, we can get a really good idea of what this game is capable of. Now, what I really enjoyed as well about this is the fact that the animation of the sword does translate into the arc, right? The animation arc of the fight. And if we use the kind of YouTube, you know, frame by frame, we can actually watch this happen in real time. So if we go closer to the fight and start skipping through frame by frame, you can see how well that animation, even the player or the model, has no clipping involved. There's no random bits coming through its head. None of the legs are coming through the bottom robe. Really good, actual solid animation so far. And you can see how we're going from frame by frame. And you're going to see how the weapons, look at that. It's the effect of the electricity that's creating, right? The power, the bang for the buck, which sells you. It sells you it's a powerful attack, which I actually think is really good. So once we've got through here, we get into the damage thing. And again, I will just say one, I know this is alpha footage, but if there is a dev watching this, what I would recommend, if you're keeping this font, all I would say is make the outline a little bit bigger. So at the moment, I bet you there's a 1 pixel black outline. Maybe make it 2 or 3 pixels just to make that black outline a bit more, because already I love the font size. I love how easy it is to register. We can see it's saying there is 2 attacks there, 1, 2, both landing for 7,744 damage. Really easy. Players just might not like the fact that, you know, we've got kind of pyramids, we've got sand, we've got kind of yellow and orange in this environment. Might be hard for some of them to kind of see on their phones. That's the only thing I can suggest. But apart from that, I honestly love it. I like the fact that the floating numbers zoom in really quickly. Gives you a big, you know, bold number. It floats up and disappears. And it doesn't take up the entire screen at all, right? Now, you're probably wondering when it comes to GODFORGE, the actual game, what are the game? What is the whole purpose? So you can see this is going to be kind of like an over-the-shoulder gameplay style when it comes to combat. So maybe your members switch in and out. Maybe you get to move and again, you flick between the camera position. Who knows until we get a little bit more info, or maybe when I get access to the beta and I can give you guys a little bit more, you know, information on the channel. But what we do know with the GODFORGE, if we come out of the main YouTube page and go back onto the actual GODFORGE area, we can learn quite a lot from, again, some images on screen. So we know there is a full render. Everything you're seeing here is actually what it should look like in game on your phone. We've got Spartans here. We've got Valkyries as well. We've got even like Japanese god warriors. We've got pharaohs involved and stuff. We've even got Odin here as a big spoiler to showcase Odin is in this game. So get hyped the hell up, which I can't wait to get a hold of. And what you can imagine with GODFORGE is you're going to be collecting all these different gods from all the different factions in mythology, right? So you got the Norse mythology, you've got maybe the Mayan mythology, the Egyptian mythology, right? You can keep kind of going on, the Greeks. You've got all of these different mythologies and gods at their disposal. But the cool thing about this kind of game and where the story is of GODFORGE is there's even heroes. So people in history like King Arthur, I do believe is going to be in this game. And these are humans that have somehow gained the power of divinity, which is allowing them to go toe to toe and fight with the gods, which is creating this imbalance of power struggle, right? So I think that is the general story of the game, and you can imagine with that we could potentially see a massive roster of heroes. Some people that you might know, like Hercules, could be in the game in the future. Who knows? But it's going to be a really cool game. And if you really want to look into it and dive in, all I would suggest is go in the links down below, guys. There is the full YouTube, which we're going to showcase in a moment, as well as the webpage I'm on right now that will give you all the information you care about, all the news, any careers that might be going on in the community, all the merch and community sections about Fateless as a company as well, which is really cool. All of that is here, so I hope you guys check it out. If you do want to find more information purposely on GODFORGE, all I would do is check out the YouTube page. You can see here I'm already subscribed, like the video. If you go onto the official Fateless YouTube channel, you're going to see abundance of content there for you to actually learn what GODFORGE and Fateless is all about, which I absolutely love. You can see the full development process and just kind of talks of creativity between content creators and the community officers that are involved in the project. So shout out to everyone, shout out to Fateless, shout out to GODFORGE, and thank you for allowing me to cover the game. I hope you guys have enjoyed my video on it all and my breakdown, and hopes for this brand new game to take and dethrone, hopefully, Raid Shadow Legends off the auto battler, dungeon battler game. So if you've enjoyed it, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, stay safe, stay sneaky, guys, and peace out.